Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. You know, in the past, if I find a product that I really like, I like to share it with you on our channel. Anyway, today I found the product and I gave it a 6-month chance for me to be able to use it. So I have some experience with it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about that Giraffe hose reel right behind me. Anyway, let's go ahead and get today's episode started. Now, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. So today we're going to talk about the Giraffe Tools hose reel, and I got to tell you right now, spoiler alert, I really like this product, but I'm going to tell you why I like this product after having it for 6 months. Let's go ahead and take a look at the product itself, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience with it over the past 6 months. Now, for someone who does a lot of backyard work, a lot of landscaping, a lot of maintenance, like what I do here at Villa Feliz, you can see where having something like the Giraffe Tools hose reel comes in handy quite a bit. Even though we have in-ground irrigation for most of the watering, there are so many spots around the yard, like right back up in this area right here where you see the grass isn't growing quite so well, that I have to manually hit these spots inside there, plus putting water inside the swimming pool and so on and so forth. Have to do with home maintenance. Well, I got to tell you, this has been a great addition to our backyard, and it's so simple. It is so very simple. As you can see, it locks very easy into place. Take this anywhere around the yard. This is the 78-foot long 1/2-inch hose reel. This is the Giraffe Tool Pro reel that I have right here. And you know, I actually enjoyed the first one so much, I bought a second one, then I bought a third one. I have one here, I have one in the front yard, and I have one on the side entranceway that goes into our basement driveway. When you purchase your Giraffe Tools hose reel, whether it be the Pro model or any of the other models that they have online, or at one of their retailers like Amazon.com where I purchased this one right here, what you'll see is it comes already with a hose leader that connects to your water bib, spigot, faucet on the outside of your house, and it goes into the unit itself. You can see, and it has no connection, so it's a very clean install. Now, this is an old unit. There's been some painting going on around the house. If you've been watching the channel, you'll notice that it's got a little bit of overspray, but it's also comes with this standard water faucet adapter, the accessory on the outside that has all the different types of spray: vertical, angle, center, mist, flat, soaker, cone, rinse, shower. I don't know if I said shower already. Anyway, but you can see this is the main one that I use most of the time, and it does a very nice pattern. And I'm going to show you. It's very easy to pull out, and I think, see, it locks into place when you release it. If it doesn't and starts going back inside, you just pull it out just a little bit more and it will lock into place. And you can see I use it all the time for getting these areas. This is the area I was telling you about back here that doesn't get a lot of water, and we're trying to get the grass to grow back. So I have to constantly be getting the hose out and doing this area. Now, these go through multiple times a day, this hose, this use. I use it in the morning, I use it in the evening. Our gardener that comes back here and works every single day, he uses this right here as well. So you can see it multiple times during the day, and it's very easy to do the reel back inside, turn off the hose out here, and it's ready for the next time. Now, we've been using this one specifically. I bought 3 of them, one in September, one in October, and one in November. And now this is June, so what is that, like 7, 8, and 9 months, or 6, 7, 8 months, something like that I've had these in service, and I'm very, very happy with it so far. Now, there's one more thing that I want to mention about the hose itself. This is the 1/2 inch hose. It comes in a 1/2 inch and a 5/8 inch. The hose itself, I was very wary about this at the very beginning because I thought to myself, oh, this does not look like it's going to last a very long time. And I know a lot of times when I have a hose, the hose from the extreme heat of the sun here in the Philippines, the hose itself gets UV affected and the hose itself gets hard. But this is still very pliable and it's still like brand new after 6, 7, 8 months worth of use right here. So I'm extremely happy again with the quality of the hose that they use inside. So looks are a little bit deceiving in this case. Now, I'm fortunate to have all the planets line up together because I not only can talk about the product itself, but I can talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. And the ugly is, and the bad is really not so bad or so ugly when it comes to this product right here. Out of the 3 units that I mentioned earlier, the 3 1/2 inch hose reels, I had one of them that was defective, and that is the one here directly behind me. And as you can see, I have it reeled up against this other outdoor garden sink that I did a review earlier on that as well. But you can see I have the hose wrapped up instead of going inside the hose reel. And why, you might ask? Because the hose reel itself failed. But the good part of this good, bad, and ugly is the fact that Giraffe Tools has such great customer support. What I did was, as soon as I had the error, I contacted their customer support. They got back with me within 24 hours and they said, send us a video what the problem is. And what the problem was on this one, you can see over here, the hose reel no longer retracts the hose itself. And what I noticed something kind of weird on the side. I noticed that this had bulged out. So that was kind of a typical indicator that maybe the spring came apart on the inside. So like I said, I contacted the Giraffe Tools folks and they got back with me in 24 hours. They asked me to send them a video, and it's basically the video you just saw of me doing this right here, where it doesn't go back inside. And they said, oh, okay, well, that's definitely not a user replaceable part. And what they did immediately, since I live inside the Philippines, they did not send me one because of shipping directly from the company. They normally ship to, I think, North America mainly. And so what they did was, since I bought it on Amazon.com, what they did is they refunded me the amount, and I went ahead and immediately purchased another one because I believe this is not a normal problem with systemic with the other hose reels that they have, or the specific type of hose reel. It just, these things happen every now and then. I've had these kind of hose reels before, and I've had issues every now and then, but right now Giraffe has been the best for my experience so far. So what did I do? I immediately went and I bought another one. Actually, when they refunded me the money, that's exactly what I did. I went online to Amazon and I had them send me another one. So this one, I'm going to try something different this time, so you can see the difference between the 1/2 inch and this one right here is a 5/8 inch. So we're going to install one that's just a little bit bigger, and I'll talk with the differences with my experience between having a 5/8 inch hose and a 1/2 inch hose reel. We're going to do a quick box opening so you can kind of see what's inside the box when you first receive it. Comes with your manual, and this is the model AW40. Again, this is the 5/8 inch. It comes with the anchors, which is great. And this will work both in wood, and if you're going into concrete, it will work with the concrete anchors here. Again, like I said, it comes with the little hose adapter for you to use all those different patterns, the leader hose, and the main unit itself. And this is the mount in the back. So I'm hoping this mount is the same as the mount that's on the 1/2 inch, hose reel. So all I have to do is just take the screws out of the other one and screw them right back inside of here. Take the old one out. Now I was hoping I could keep this one on, but I noticed the new one, the holes are just a little bit different. So they do not quite line up. So I'm going to have to drill a couple of more holes. Something I just noticed about the mounts. Remember, I was just talking about heavy duty mounts. This is some type of a metal alloy right here. This is very strong, and I think that's what sets apart the Giraffe Tools Pro reel from the standard Giraffe Tools reel, because you can see this is not metal. This is like some type of a composite fiberglass plastic type. So anyway, we will do a follow-up on this one later on if for some reason there's any problem with this one. But I kind of wish Giraffe would have used this heavy duty metal one on all of their units. With the new bracket installed and the 5/8 inch hose reel attached to the wall mount, so I think it's ready to go ahead and test it for leaks. So let's go ahead and turn on the water spigot slowly here. Good here. Good here. And let's pull out the hose reel just a little bit. Let's go ahead and see if we have water flow. Air is coming out at first, and here we go. All right. Now before I go ahead and pull the hose out to see and do a comparison of the difference between what I feel between the 5/8 inch hose and the 1/2 inch hose reel that we have over here, the 1/2 inch hose on the hose reel, is I want to look at the differences that are obvious. Now, remember when I said on the other one, they have a concealed entryway with a leader. The hose leader goes in and it goes back. Well, we can just take a look. You can see here. That's the difference. I like this, but I guess that's part of the Pro. What makes it part of the Pro? I also noticed that the reel retracting, you see this? That's got this little spiral thing, and that's part of, I suspect, what makes it go back and forth, so that your hose doesn't jam up on the inside. On the Pro, it's on the top. It's not on the bottom. On the bottom, you can see there is just a little, like an aluminum roller inside there. And there's one more thing that I wanted to say, that when I mounted this, I noticed this to be it felt twice the weight of the Pro model down here. So I'm hoping with twice the weight, and the twice the weight probably has a lot to do with the difference between the 5/8 inch hose and the 1/2 inch hose, but the housing is also a little bit bigger as well. So let's go ahead and pull it out of the roll-up reel assembly right here, and already I can tell it's a little bit harder because the hose itself is actually a thicker hose, but it's actually coming out very nice, and you can see it locks into place okay. Okay, so that's about it on the test. I can see that. What do I normally use? Let's see. All right, my final thoughts on the Giraffe tool reel is two thumbs up. I really like the 1/2 inch ones that I had before. Of course, we had the 1/2 inch that went bad. I talked about the differences between the 1/2 inch and the 5/8 inch hose. And I talked about the customer service, the wonderful customer service that I got from the fine folks at Giraffe. Now, I noticed this time that there is a serial number on the back. It's a little plastic label. Make sure you copy that serial number, and you'll see, oh, here it is right here. On the hose, there's a little thing about registration, and if you register your product, what it will do, it will extend your warranty out another 100 days above the standard warranty, which is already outstanding. This is a keeper. I do know the differences between the 1/2 inch and the 5/8 inch is the 1/2 inch is a lot easier to drag around the yard, which of course has a lot to do with weight. If you need more volume of water, the 5/8 is probably for you, or if you're younger than I am, maybe the 5/8 is for you. But what I found for all my application purposes here, the 1/2 inch hose was more than sufficient for what I needed to do. So that's about it for today's review on hose reels. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like reviews like this, please give me a thumbs up. Please share it. And if you have not subscribed, just click on the little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. you'll be subscribed, and if you ring that bell, you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, we're right here in the very beautiful Philippines. You have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.